We are going to be creating a three-dimensional paper sculpture today. So your project is going to have an amazing form at the end of art. I am starting by gluing one side of this black rectangle, and I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to have it cover or try to cover most of my cardboard. So the cardboard is just a nice thick base so that we don't have anything flopping or breaking today. While you are working, your name tag will get glued on. You are going to try to fill this space with paper forms. So from the scrap bin or the scrap box at your table, you're going to need to try to get these papers to pop up. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. You can use the smart board to help you out, but I also want you to use your brains. So easiest way to get something to pop up is to make a little tab. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on this tab, and then I'm going to glue it onto that base. Voila, just like that, this paper is standing up and is now three-dimensional. It takes up space. So to get a little more complex, you could create a tab on the other side, and you could get that to bend so that there's space going through it. So if I just put a little bit of glue on this tab on the other side, it automatically pops up. You will have to do some cutting on these scraps. So what would happen if I took this flat rectangle, added a little glue, and made it into a loop? It is now 3D. I could, oh, looks like I'm going to have to do my count of 10 trick. So today, if something's not gluing, put the glue on, press and hold for 10. This loop could be glued down, or I could try to get it to stand up. I think I'm going to do this one down. So again, it's not flat. My finger can go inside. It's taking up space. It's popping up. It's 3D. So I've got a tab. I've got a loop. What about a roll? I'm going to cut another long and skinny piece of paper. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to roll this around my pencil. As I'm doing this, I am kind of curling my paper. So as it's rolling around, it's taking the shape of my pencil. And I'm kind of pushing hard. If I take that pencil out, I've got this cool roll. And my roll just happens to have a little tab on it that I could glue. So it's okay to build up. You don't want this super tall though, because they will just flop over. Maybe I'll glue it that way. So I usually tell the kids as tall as your hand. So if I flip this on its side, these things are not taller than my hand. Alright, I've got 3 different ways to make things pop up. What about some more folding? I'm going long and skinny again. And you could accordion fold. That means I am going to fold back and forth. Flip it over, fold it up. Flip it over, fold it up. Flip it over, fold it up. Flip it over. I've ran out of paper, but I've got this cool zigzag accordion fold. We did this kind of fold in first grade when we made spider legs. So as I flip this on its side, I'm really starting to take up space. Nothing's taller than my hand, so I'm doing okay for height. Alright, I have showed you 4. I do want to show you a couple of more. Kind of a combination. If I do a roll, and I want it to stand up tall, I'm going to have to cut some tabs on here. So that means I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to do a couple little cuts around one side, and then I can fold these tabs back. And I can put glue on those sides. That way I can get this to stand up tall. And again, being patient with the glue and really making sure you're pushing and counting to 10 is going to be super helpful. It's standing up. It's not taller than my hand. All right, last technique I'm going to show you, and then it's going to be up to your brains and maybe looking at the smartboard for a little bit of extra help. I'm going to cut 2 long rectangles. Lucky me, I got 3. And I want them to be different colors to help show this technique. I'm going to glue these 2 rectangles together like an L. And I am going to do some patterns. This brown one is going to come towards me. The yellow one is going to go to the left. And then I'm going to repeat that, but it's kind of opposite. Instead of the brown one coming towards me, it's going to go away from me. Yellow goes to the right. Brown towards me, yellow to the left. Brown away from me, yellow to the right. Back and forth until I run out of paper. I'm going to glue this last piece down. Little dot of glue in there. I'm really going to squish this down. And when I let go, I get a pretty cool looking accordion fold with 2 papers. So a little dot of glue on the bottom of that, and I can get that to stand up really nice. So on the smartboard you will see extra ones where maybe I take a piece of paper and I could do a fringe cut. And this fringe cut could go on top of something to make it more 3-dimensional. Maybe it'd be cool on top of there. So I might have to create a tab to glue it on. There are lots of possibilities with cutting and folding. Your goal is to fill this creation with 10, at least 10 pieces of paper with at least 5 different kinds of folds. So I've showed you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am sure you can come up with at least 5 different ones on your own.